individuals. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a different video for you today, and it's my first ever sponsored video. I've been approached by a company called Fleek. Their website is joinfleek.com. Their company and website is a portal for clothing wholesalers, so people like me and you can source the best possible stock easily and competitively. Now, you may well have seen a few videos about Fleek from other resellers doing a similar kind of thing to me. What I wanted to do is two things. I didn't want this to sound like an advert. In fact, I actually said to them, I will do this on the proviso that it's an absolutely honest review. If it turns out to be a load of crap, I'm gonna tell you that, but I'm going to try and be as subjective as possible. Now, the boxes behind me on the floor that I've just brought in represent my first order with them. The total order was £434.57, and in that box is 29 items. I'm gonna flip over to my computer screen and show you what I ordered. So when you visit the Fleek website, this is the page that you're greeted with. Pretty simple layout to follow with pretty self-explanatory menu down the left-hand side. Lots of info to be had there, but obviously to jump straight into it, and so this video isn't a million years long, I'm going to get down to the nitty-gritty. So I'm going to click on Shop Bundles, and in here you'll find all, well, obviously the bundles that you want to be looking at. One thing I like about this website, it's straight to the point. It tells you how much the bundles are and how much the items are per piece. So I'm just going to scroll down for an example. Adidas puffers, from just randomly clicking on these, go onto the website, and it shows a video of the supplier going through a sample pile of what you can expect. It's not necessarily the items that you will be getting, it's just an idea of the quality and an idea of the actual pieces involved. One distinct advantage with Fleek is you can arrange with the supplier to do a video hand pick. Down the right hand side there, you'll see schedule video hand pick, and that will arrange an appointment, for want of a better word, with the supplier to cherry pick the items for your bundle. And of course, on the right hand side, it gives you a little bit more meat on the bones about what you can expect. The grade, the breakdown of sizes, and details on the shipping and estimated shipping times. Now, the beauty about this service as well is they offer a buyer protection. So all the suppliers that are on the Fleek site have been verified by Fleek, and Fleek put the money where the mouth is, so if you have any issues whatsoever, they can jump on it and you're not going to get stung, basically. This is exactly the process I went through to choose my bundles, which I will show you now. So I ordered 2 bundles. These haven't necessarily come from the same supplier, but they did arrive at the same time. I placed this order on the 3rd of November, and it's now the 23rd of November, so a little over the estimate, but to be fair, these bundles have come a long way. I think moving forward, if I'm using this service, it won't be because I'm panicking for stock anyway. It will be because they do have the facility to cherry pick bundles. So the 2 bundles that I ordered were a Harley Davidson pack, 9 pieces. They even go so far as to say what you can expect in the bundle. I didn't cherry pick either of these bundles, but I know from the detail that I can be expecting a mixture of t-shirts, sweatshirts and jackets. There will be at least 3 jackets in there according to the description, so that's what I'm expecting. That particular bundle was £143 for 9 pieces, and as you guys are well aware, I do like my sheepskins and the like, so the other bundle was 20 pieces of Afghan Y2K coats. All of those I'm expecting to be women's. Cost of that bundle was £292, so the total for the order was £435. Full disclosure, obviously, Fleek have given me a £250 credit to do this video, so I paid £184.57. But working off the £435, it gives me a breakdown of approximately £15 per unit. Then that price of £15 per unit is an all-in price as well. So the price you see for your bundles is delivered duty paid. These bundles, at least one of them, possibly both, came from Pakistan, and they were delivered to my door for that price. So it includes shipping and duties and all that other good stuff that needs taken into consideration when it comes from abroad. When you factor that in, the prices all of a sudden don't seem so much. Another good thing about the service as well is you can actually track the order, but if I'm going to be completely critical, the tracking only really kicked in when the bundles got to the UK. The boxes were handled by DPD, and if any of you guys have ever used DPD, you'll know that you get a lot of updates, emails, texts when you come in expecting your stuff. But prior to that, on the international leg of the journey, not so much. And I did actually find myself chasing it up when it went beyond the 14 days estimate. But Fleek is a relatively young service and they're still ironing out this kind of, I don't want to say issue, but this kind of teething experience for the buyers. So on the whole, no complaints so far. But the proof in the pudding is in the eating. So what I'm going to do in the same style as I do my roundup for my boot sale videos, I'm going to strap the GoPro to my head and let's get these boxes opened because I've been itching to do it ever since they turned up last night with a courier. Now I'm going to hazard a guess and say the smaller package is the Harley bundle. Now sometimes when people describe things as Harley Davidson, they just mean sort of like biker style. Obviously they shouldn't be doing that because Harley Davidson is a brand, but I'm expecting what I ordered. Let's see how accurate the descriptions are here. Okie dokie. First out of the bag. Not a great start. It's definitely a Harley Davidson jacket. It feels like a denim one, but straight away on the shoulder I'm seeing a nasty staining, so that will devalue it for my purposes. As far as it's being genuine is concerned, I'm pretty confident because, as I say, Fleek do vet all the suppliers, and it's also got a lot of detail that you'd expect to see on a genuine item. Those stains on the first item though do concern me. Next one, long sleeve shirts, much better condition, and typically with a lot of American shirts it's press stud rather than button. Collar would be the biggest giveaway of how nasty it is, and there is somewhere but it's not excessive, particularly for a shirt like this. Nice denim shirt, quite heavy denim in that. Do you know what, I always bloody speak too soon. On the back, nasty ass stain again, so that will need taken care of. Now, you guys watching these videos who have followed me for a while, you know that I do not like putting a lot of effort into fixing or cleaning, and the first two items out of the box need cleaning. This is a really nice quilted jacket. I'm really trying to stay positive here. Nice quilted jacket, micro fleece lined. Again, press stud finish. Collar is a little bit dirtier than the last couple, but nothing to get too concerned about. Just checking all the sleeves and the armpits. Check the back. Obviously I'm looking for stains again now, so that's just a bit of fabric. The collar is a little bit ropey, but I suppose I can live with that if I'm honest. But again, a nasty stain on the sleeve. Now this bundle was described as grade A, so I'd hate to see what grade B and grade C. Another denim shirt, similar to the first one actually, different colours. Press studs all in good order on this one. Sleeves don't appear to have any damage to it. Collar worn but not terrible. Nice Harley Davidson decal on the back, and we have a win, no stains. Nice. I mean, I must admit the stains on the others did look pretty nasty, and if they come out I'll be very surprised. My word, this is quite nice. A kid's jacket. I didn't drill down into the detail actually. I mean, I suppose I just assumed that they would all be adult clothes, but this is clearly a kid's coat. No staining on it. It does look pretty cool, and obviously there's got to be value in this. Bit disappointed that it's kids and I wasn't expecting it, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that. There's a little bit of a stain on the front, but that's not really that significant. Now we are talking. Ladies leather jacket. Now this will get me a decent return. Now they've got me attention. Let's go through it, see if there's any damage to it. Tag's been cut out the top, but all the other tags. Nice embroidered badge on the front and on the back. Harley Davidson motorcycles, epaulettes in good order, armpits in good order, cuffs in good order. Right, I'm trying to find the size. Only discrepancy so far is on the main zip. There is a keychain loop, as opposed to it probably would have been like that, but it's used, so we'll forgive them for that. I've actually noticed there's a little bit of damage to the teeth on the zip just there. If you can zoom in just there. So I'm just going to check that it zips up properly. It does stick a little bit at that point, but nothing excessive. Quilted inside. There's no care label on it though, which is unusual, and there doesn't appear to have been one cut out either. Now the care label of course may have been up by the loop, but it would be nice to have a care label in there. It would be nice to have known the size as well. So, but again, not the end of the world. So that's definitely a win. I'm gonna guess it's quite a short jacket. I'm gonna guess this is around about a UK size 10, and that jacket alone will give me £100 listing value, possibly even up to £120, £130. Definitely a win. This is a women's short sleeve shirt. Have we got any sizing on it? We've got a size small, which I would imagine that's a US size, probably an extra small UK. It does have a bit of stretch to it though. I'd be tempted to give this a once over with the iron, you know. And like I said before, I don't like putting a lot of effort into items before I list them, but stuff of this value is definitely going to be worth the effort. Really nice shirt. There's no damage, not really any excessive wear there either. No stains, colour is in good order, so definitely a win on that one. Really nice denim jacket. Staying into denim jackets is even more forgivable because with the likes of vintage Levi's, it adds a bit of character to them. There is some light stain into the elbows and the collar. All the fastenings are in good order. All the buttons are present. This is a size large. Care label intact. Badge on the back, and also leather patch, Harley Davidson leather patch on the bottom. I'm not seeing any other horrible stains. Very light stain into the shoulder, so I'm going to say that one is a win as well. And another denim jacket. I've been spoiled here. This feels bigger. This is a 2XL. Buttons in good order. Again, stain into the collar, stain into the sleeves. Possibly that'll wash out, but again, denim is very forgiving, or buyers are very forgiving of lightly stained vintage denim. On the back, more decals, no damage, and in better condition staining wise than the other one was. So I'm actually pretty impressed with the first lot, the Harley stuff. I'll be honest, I was expecting some t-shirts, and I was also expecting only 3 jackets of the 9 items, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jackets. The 3 denim, I'm going to put a listing value of £50 each on them. The leather one, as I mentioned, between 100 and 130. The kids jacket, which is suede and denim, I'm going to put a listing value of 30 on it. The women's zip-up shirt, I'm going to put a listing value of £30. And the brown denim shirt, a listing value of £35 on. The other first two that I pulled out actually, the one that's heavily stained, and that, although it's a very nice jacket, the staining has really put me off it, and I don't think I'm going to sell that. I may stick it on auction anyway, but I'm not going to put a listing value on it because I'm not expecting to sell that. And equally with the other shirt, if it was darker, I probably would have got away with that horrendous stain on the back. This will very much depend on how it comes out in the wash. I'll wash it. If that stain goes, I'm holding my breath rather a lot there, then that'll get listed again for £30 to £35. But for the video, I'm not going to stick a listing value on it. Let's get into the Afghan coats then. Now, if you type in Y2K Afghan coats into eBay and filter by sold completed, you will not be surprised why I went for this bundle. I'm going to check quality and style. First out of the box, this is right up my street. I would pick up this coat at a boot sale without question. All the buttons are present. The wear is minimal. There's a little bit of loose threading, which I can certainly trim up when it comes to listing it. I'm checking for any nasty stains or marks, and there isn't any. It feels really nice. No stainings on the backs of the sleeves or the backs of the coat. Inside, I'm going to be looking for a care label. There is some bobbling, but no more than you might expect. Again, sadly not seeing a care label, but it feels marvelous quality. It would be nice for it to be branded. It would be nice for it to have some indication of where it came from on the labels, but I'm not complaining really. The first out of the box, that is a massive win for an Afghan coat. A listing value on that, purely going off comparable items on eBay, £100. This feels more like faux leather. Size label says large. K-Yen appears to be the brand. Nice talk. It does feel really, really nice, and it does feel like leather as well. Let's hope there is a care label. There is. Does that say what I think it says? Yep, it says what I think it says. Poor bunnies. What have you done to the poor bunnies? I'll be honest with you, I have never come across rabbit skin clothing before, but there are comps for it, and this jacket is in spectacular condition. All the fastenings are complete. If you type in 100% rabbit jacket, the comps are a bit all over the place. There are some very, very strong comps. There are also some down the £30–35 end, but this feels absolutely fabulous. And going off my experience with sheepskins, I tend to find that the ones that have external seams like this kind of style, sell very, very strongly as well. So I'm going to hedge my bets on this one and put a listing value of £80–90. Fabric coat now. This is really nice actually. This is a suede and fabric, I suppose sweater really. It is leather. I think it's Bob Mackie. Now, as much as this feels good quality and there's no nasty marks on it or stains or anything like that, Bob Mackie brand clothing isn't the most popular. There's a little bit of staining on the cuff there, but barely noticeable. The comps on Bob Mackie jackets are £15–35. So for the video, I'm going to stick down the bottom end of that listing. The full keyword title would be Bob Mackie wearable art. Potentially something I'd stick on auction as well and start it at £15, see where it ends up. Oh lordy, this is absolutely my cup of tea. A very nice hooded leather by Adler, size XL. I never ever take it for granted that something that feels like leather is actually leather, and this is leather. Okay, no staining. Of all of the garments I've looked at so far, this is by far and away the one that's in the better condition. This is going to really hit the mark with someone, and I'm going to put a listing value on that coat of £70. Another external seam jacket. This is H&Y, appears to be the brand, size medium, hook and eye fastening. Care label confirms it's a leather jacket with polyester acrylic blend lining. Doesn't appear to be any nasties there. No damage, no nasty staining. I think I'll put a listing value on that one at a tenuous £50 based on the fact that it's leather and the style. My word, this video might just turn out to be 100 years long. Next one, this is going to be faux fur lining again. Toggle and zip fastening. Croft and Barrow, size large. Certainly not a popular brand. I'm going to stick a listing value of £15 on that. It does actually feel like a leather, but it isn't. This is ugly as sin. It feels nice and soft. It feels like fake suede again. No branding label on the collar, no care label. Let's check the pocket, see if there's a care label in there. Nope, it's in good nick, but this is one for the car boot pile. I think I won't be listing that because I won't be able to find any precedent on it, so that one is a bit of a fail. Lovely. This is a very long, very nice feel coat. Brand is Gallery, size medium. Quilted lined, all man-made fabrics. There is precedent for Gallery coats like this, but the comps aren't great on it, if I'm honest. Listing value on that's going to be £10. It feels like either suede or sheepskin, but it isn't. It's a long coat with a big old collar. Brand is Jones, New York. It's missing a button. First thing that jumps out, so let's hope there's a spare. It does feel quite nice aside from that. It does actually look really cool as well. A nice warm coat. It feels bigger than a large. There's a bit of precedence for the brand, but sadly it doesn't look like there's a spare button, so that is a bit of a drawback. Also, this would originally have come with a belt. The belt loops, no belt present, so I'm in two minds what to do with that. If the button and the belt were present, I'd be looking at a listing value of about £40, but I'm going to stick that for now on the fail pile and decide what I'll do with it later. Last one from this box. Lovely. Really nice feel to this. It does feel real, but I have been fooled before. Let's see if we can find a care label somewhere. Annoyingly, I can't, and there's no brand, so I can't evidence what brand it is. I can't evidence what fabric it is. I would just be listing this as an Afghan coat. It doesn't feel like genuine fur actually, or genuine leather. I'm not confident enough to list it either way as fake or real. So again, I'm afraid this one is going on the fail pile. Another box out of the way. This last one is almost bursting at the seams. St. John's Bay is the label on it. Long coat again with toggles, extra large, faux fur I'm going to say on that. It has got a care label, and of course because I'm old and I haven't got my readers on, I'm going to use the zoom facility on my phone. All man-made fibres. Let's check comps for St. John's Bay. There are some comps for the St. John's Bay brand, and point of note, if it was leather or suede, they command really good money, sort of like £70 to £90 listing value. Because this is faux material, a listing value on it, sadly, of only £20. It's a pea green coat I'm going to see in my pea green coats. This is lovely. This feels amazing. Let's check for staining. No significant, nothing. In fact, no staining at all. Feels a really good quality. Again, the feel of it, it doesn't give anything away whether it's genuine or not. It's a brand label. Chadwick's is the brand, size large, shell 100% polyester. This one man made again, but it does feel really, really nice, and it's a good looking coat as well. Similar story with this one as with the last one, the St. John's Bay. There are comps, but they're all from the States, and because it's faux material as well, not really strong comps either. So the listing value I'm going to put on this again for the video is £20. I may well be being disingenuous with that, because it really does feel and look really smart. Another long coat, Mark New York is the brand. External seams as well, which I've already said is good news. Man-made fibres as well, but the brand, let's check the brand out to see if it's a strong brand. Not one I'm familiar with. There are a few comps on this one actually, not necessarily for this style, but certainly from the brand. That's what I'm going to base my valuation on this coat as, and put a listing value of £35 on it. This is almost certainly at least half leather. Let's see if my spidey senses are right with the care label. Yep, I'm wrong. All faux fabrics again. Really nice style though. Styles like this with the extravagant collars sell strongly. Jessica Simpson is the brand. Size is unclear. Large possibly. Quite a few comps for the Jessica Simpson coat brand. There is no damage to this at all, no marks, everything in good order. Not massive listing value, but £25 on that one. I think so far the first box has been the better of the two. Let's have a look at this one, see if we can turn the corner again. Huge hood on this one. Button up, we're missing a button, we're missing a button there, we're missing 2 buttons on this one. Any advances on 2 buttons? We're missing 3 buttons on this one. Let's see if it can remedy itself by being worth decent money. No care label, no brand label. It feels nice quality, but unless I can describe it accurately, Jones New York, size large, all faux materials again. It's going to be worth my while sourcing some buttons on those. I'm going to have to replace all of them though, so it doesn't look unusual, because getting the same ones is going to be difficult. So I'm just going to replace all the buttons on those. The listing value on this coat is going to be £35, obviously when the buttons are back on. External seams, this is a long gilet waistcoat, very long, very unusual looking, very cool as well actually. The brand is a Greenstone, size 42. What material is it? I'm going to say it's fake and be wrong again. I shouldn't say fake really, I should say faux. I got it right. Polyester acrylic blend. It does actually feel like fur as well though, ironically. Another one I'm going to have to check comps on. Now the comps for the Greenstone brand are all over the place, but the fact that this is quite cool looking and it's really unusual actually, the style of it, I think that's what will sell it. So I'm going to put a listing value of £30 on this. I've just got a feeling about this one. I think it'll do well. Give me some leather. Roper is a brand on this one, size large. Shell is leather. Back of the net with a polyester lining. Good style on this actually. It looks smaller than a large. Again, gonna have to check comps on it. No comps in the UK, but some very strong comps in the States. So I'm tempted to put this up a bit and chance my hand. It feels glorious inside, even though it's a man-made lining. Outside in great condition. The comps in the US range from sort of like £50 up to £150. So I'm going to hedge my bets on this one because there's no precedent in the UK and put a listing value of £40 on it. This is almost certainly a faux fur one. Some nice detailing though, bit of steampunk going on there. Land's End is the brand, and coincidentally I listed a Land's End hiking coat yesterday. Let's check the KL label on this anyway, just to see if I was wrong, because I quite often am. Yeah, man-made materials, size medium, which is a UK 10 to 12, I believe. Now, Land's End is a fairly well-known brand, not really high-end, but because I'm familiar with the brand on this one, I'm going to stick a listing value of £25 on it. Very nice jacket this. Let's just check for staining because it's a light material. Just a quick once over. Feels great. Nice bit of embroidered detailing down the bottom. I think it may well be man-made again. Oscar Sports is the brand. Size large. Yep, man-made fibres. No comps in the UK for Oscar Sports, but there is comps for Oscar Jacobson. Whether they're the same, I don't know. Warrants further investigation. But I really like the style of that jacket. I think it'll sell really, really well. But I'm going to put a listing value for the video on it of £30. Nice large hooded. This is Marvin Richards, size large. What kind of fastening is it, or isn't it fastened at all? Oh, there's hooks. Is there loops? Yep, there's loops. Hook and loop fastening, man-made fibres again. Comps on this brand are wildly all over the place. Now, it's the style of this that's going to sell it, and what to describe that style. It is a bit, it needs some TLC for sure. I mean, it's not damaged, it just looks a bit old. No, it's in good nick actually. It's going to be difficult to value this one because of the brand, and like I say, the comps are all over the place. I don't know though. I don't know on that one. I think I'm going to put a tenuous £30 listing value on that one. Oh, this is fabulous, darling. A patterned coat by Giacca, size large. This is going to be definitely, I don't even have to check the label on that. It's definitely going to be man-made fibres. So buttons are all present by the looks of it. Any nasty rips or damage doesn't look like it at all. So again, going to go off the brand. Couple of comps in this country for that brand, nothing significant. Again, because it looks nice, I'd probably be tempted to stick a listing value of £25 on that. And last one, it looks like they may have saved the best till last, because I'm almost certain this is a leather patchwork jacket. Brand is Outbrook, size large, 12 to 14 UK. Shell is 100% leather with a polyester lining. How cool does that look? That is amazing. Thought, is that a rip? Nope, it's not a rip. Thank goodness for that. I'm assuming they would have checked for damage, not so much the staining by the looks of it, but they would have checked for rips. This one is in fabulous condition. I really, really, really like this jacket. If this was a man's jacket and my size, I'd almost certainly wear that. That is just fantastic. Let's see if we're sitting on a gold mine. Without even looking at the brand, just because it's leather and the style, I think this is going to be reasonably strong money. So no comps in the UK for the brand. A few comps in the US, and they're wildly all over the place as well, ranging from fabric jackets for £15 to £20 up to higher end coats for over £100. But I'm really, really tempted to stick my neck out on the valuation on this because I think it's absolutely fabulous. And I'm sure somebody in eBay land will agree with me as well. So I'm going to stick a listing value on this jacket of £60. And if it doesn't get at least 50, I'll eat my hat on camera. So I made a bit of a mess, but that's quite a pile. Now, when it comes to clothing wholesalers, I'm really, really cynical. I've had very limited experience with dealing with them, and that experience hasn't been good. Historically, I've probably spent £200–300 on bundles from wholesalers who have described their clothing as new in the main or grade A, and it's come through and it's been just a load of crap, basically. Absolute load of crap. The brand new stuff has been very, very poor quality, the likes you would find in the likes of Primark, and even the best brands, and I'm talking Marks and Spencers and just sort of like high street brands, were just shot to hell. So it's not been great experience historically. Going into this arrangement that I've got with Fleek, I was very, very skeptical because of those reasons, if I'm honest. And if it wasn't for the fact that other people in my peer group have had experience with Fleek before, the chances are I would have turned down the offer. If you've got a YouTube channel with any more than a couple of thousand subscribers, then you'll get approaches all the time. 99% of them are complete blag as well. So if it wasn't for people in my peer group going through the experiences that they have with Fleek, I would have swerved it. Something else that's important to note as well, because this is my first experience with Fleek, I'm going into it in pretty much the same position as a lot of you guys will be, aside from the fact that obviously technically they've given me some money to do this video. But the important thing is, did it work? Now, I haven't been totting up these totals that I've been mentioning as I've been going along, but the figure in the bottom corner of this screen will tell you whether it's been worth my while or not. So excusing for a second the £250 that Fleek have chipped into the pot, £435 was the figure that I needed to at least double to make it worth my while. And that's just to leave a pleasant taste in the mouth at the get-go from this experience. Now, the services that Fleek offer that I didn't use, which will iron out any potential creases as far as what I'm getting is concerned, is the video picking. Now that is quite possibly a game changer. With every wholesaler that I've heard of, people dealing with or have dealt with myself, you just get what you give. You're buying a weight generally of just a very vague idea of what you're going to get. So the fact that you can physically go through and have a look on a video call with a supplier, what you're picking up, it's worth paying extra for it. And to be honest with you, I think it's pretty competitive anyway, and there's not that much of a headache. So as much as I was cynical about going into this arrangement, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, I was thinking this may well be the only time that I do this with Fleek, I'm really second guessing that. Clothing isn't the mainstay of what I do, and I really, really enjoy diversifying and selling a wide range of products. But if I can get decent margin from a trustworthy and reliable source, then I'll be a fool not to go for it. Worth mentioning as well, is apart from my contact with Fleek, the suppliers don't know who I am. I'm just another Joe Blogs customer. So they wouldn't have cherry picked anything special for me. I would have got that bundle could have gone to anybody. So it doesn't matter that I'm doing this video. It would have been that bundle regardless. Now I did start this whole experiment by telling Fleek that this could well be money wasted for them, because I would be brutally honest about it. And I've gone through in real time this bundle and shown you what I got for my money. I feel like a bit of a sellout recommending people. But actually, it's been a really, really positive experience, and I would recommend it. I genuinely would recommend it. I think just to add a bit more meat on the bones, it'd be nice for me to do perhaps another half a dozen orders with Fleek and then do a revised video just to see how it progressed with them. But yeah, I'd say give it a go. So go to joinfleek.com, dead easy to sign up. It doesn't cost anything. There's plenty of information on the website, and what I've found so far is that any queries that you have got get jumped on really, really quickly as well. So the customer service is spot on. Hope you've enjoyed this unboxing. Certainly been a different one for me. If you do decide to jump into bed with Fleek, then feel free to let them know that you heard about them through me. I don't get any extra kudos, but I know maybe they'll chuck me a couple of t-shirts, whatnot, you never know. Thanks very much indeed for watching, guys. I've been Dave Keeffe. You've been amazing. See you soon. It's a pea green coat I'm going to see in my pea green coats.